Ask yourself this: what's the difference between people who achieve the ultimate levels of success and those that ultimately fall towards the bottom and fail eternally? The difference is hard work and effort. In today's episode of the Positivity Hour, I, Darshaun Smith, am going to be telling you how that requires no skill to achieve greatness, to work hard, and put a lot of effort into whatever you're doing. All that and more after the intro. All right, welcome back to the Positivity Hour. I'm your host, Darshaun Smith, aka the Positivity God, and today's episode is a very nice number, 169, okay? That was crazy, but yeah, man, it's a great day to have a great day. Wake up and be amazing. It's like 9 a.m., so this probably isn't going to be up by noon, but hey, at least we're still getting these episodes out. I think this is the 12th episode, the 12th installation of the podcast this year, and so far so good. You know, we haven't missed one yet. You know, that's weeks. Okay, we're 3 almost 4 months in, and you know, you've got a video every week with some clips. So I appreciate you for your presence. I appreciate you for your time, and yeah, thanks for being here. Let's hop into the time capsule.
Time capsule.
So for today's time capsule, I want to talk about 3 things. The first of which is my boy, okay, Deion Sanders, prime time. And yeah, I just wanted to say that 1, he's a very cool, inspirational, motivational guy, and you know, 2, he talks about this idea of, you know, work and ethic, work ethic, you know, skills development, you know, just putting in effort, stuff like that. And recently, one of his coaches, Marshall Faulk, a gold jacket running back who we'll talk more about in, you know, the main topic of this video, said essentially what I said in the intro, and I wanted to expand upon that, so much so that it's going to be on the Positivity God Instagram reel here soon, and that's the topic of this Positivity Hour episode. So that's not what I wanted to talk about with Deion, though. Deion's about to play a spring game against another team, potentially Syracuse, and I'm not a big college football fan now, but I think that it's really cool when you see people pushing the boundaries of what's possible and what's the accepted, you know, standard, what's the norm, you know, pushing more for greatness. And I just wanted to acknowledge that when all of these coaches across the nation are trying to close their doors and turn the cameras off because NIL and name, image, and likeness, for those that are not aware, and you know, are all of that stuff, you know, they don't want their players to be taken away potentially. You have Deion and these other coaches that he's interacting with really still trying to push the boundary, and I think that's pretty cool, and I think that should be celebrated. So I just wanted to, you know, put that in the time capsule on today, you know, March 23rd. Point number 2, I'm getting better with my food intake, okay? I know we off and on talk about how I struggle with eating less. You know what I'm saying? That's my only problem in life, okay? I mean, at least it's not the inverse. I don't struggle to eat, you know what I'm saying? I could be in a worse situation. I'm grateful I have food and money I'm grateful I have the money to go buy too much food to eat it, you know what I'm saying? But that being said, you know, there's still some work that needs to be done. And it's like I said, I be hitting the gym consistently. I go to work out. My ankle it's still a solid 90%. I don't think it'll ever be 100%, but it's to the point where I can actually go hard when I work out and, you know, get a good sweat now and all that. So it's not the working outside. It's all about what you put in your body. And I'm just documenting this year again in the time capsule so that I can, you know, document my own journey, because, you know, this podcast is a personal one. We talk about my stories and my life and everything I've experienced or I'm seeing in the world, and we make it positive. So I just want to let you know that no one's perfect, and even I'm struggling out here, but we are making progress. And the last thing I wanted to put in the time capsule is my youngest sisters on my mom's side, turned 18 today. So all the little birdies are officially grown up. They all adults and everything on this lovely day today. So, shout out to my mom, and just being a real one. You've achieved the ultimate success for, just life. You're not even just being a woman or just, whatever you want to say. Like, you successfully raised 5 kids, largely by yourself, to adulthood. So I think that should be celebrated. And, you winning. And I know my mom watches this, so I appreciate you, Mom. You know that. And I just wanted to give you your flowers publicly. You know what I'm saying? So with all that being said, let's hop over to the main topic.
Time for the main topic.
All right, for today's main topic, like I said, we're going to be talking about the concept of work, working hard, discipline, effort, and how that requires no skill, okay? And I wanted to illustrate this, as I was making the notes last night, okay? This may be a little rough, maybe a little rough assumption or some association or whatever you want to call it, but y'all ever hear the tortoise and the hare story, I'm not gonna read you like the whole story. I'm just gonna give you like the 10-second overview. Long story short, super talented, super fast, super gifted hare, okay, bunny pretty much, races a super slow, super air quotes disadvantaged, large lumbering tortoise, and they have a race. Obviously, everyone and their mama's putting money on the hare because it has so much talent. It's so much speed. It has so much quickness to it. How could it lose? Well, long story short, like I said, the tortoise wins because hard work and effort require no skill. Hard work and effort require no talent. You could have all the right ingredients, but if you don't use them or put them to work, you ain't gonna get nowhere, little buddy, okay? And like I said, that may have been a little rough assumption or association between that story and today's topic, but it made sense in my mind, and I hopefully made the brain noodles, into words that you could interpret into your own brain noodles and see what I was saying. I say literally all that to say that, I kind of already said it. Like, you could have the sauce, but if you're not putting it in the curry, I guess that is the sauce. If you're not putting it on the noodles, like, okay, you just have noodles and sauce. Like, you could just keep showing up consistently. You could just keep, aspiring to be great all you want. But if you're not like actually working consistently, whether it's raining outside or snowing or the sun is shining, like, you're not gonna achieve the highest levels of success, because everyone goes through adversity. That is a universal experience. I saw a screenshot the other day, and I'm gonna put it on the screen right here. You can't spell millions without a few L's, and I saw that and I was like, that's a bar, okay? Like, everyone wants to achieve, success or get high, rewards for their efforts in this life, but they're not willing to go through some adversity, take an L, and turn that L into a lesson. Why do you think people get unfairly not even unfairly? Why do you think people get fairly compensated the higher they go in life and the more value they provide to the world? They had to learn how to do it, yes, and most importantly, they had to fail along the way. No one's perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. But if you choose to wake up and be amazing and work hard every single day, I know you and I can both get there too. That was an Instagram clip. I just wanted to let y'all know. That's why I was kind of going hard right there. But, you gotta do what you gotta do for these clips. But back onto the topic, because I can't believe I'm still rambling about the first point. We got 3 more to cover here. What does hard work and effort even mean? Like, what does that even look like? Okay. I think that it's universal. You could be a painter, you could be a construction worker. You could be someone who, makes shoes, and you could be someone that cuts grass. It doesn't matter what your niche is. It doesn't matter what your, job or skill or career is in life. Hard work and effort is universal. And it looks like, showing up early, leaving a little bit late, trying to take on a little bit more. Even when you're not the best, it's getting an extra rep or two, even if it's not the best rep, to say that, you're gaining the experience. Effort is, let's say you're running, like, okay, you're maxing out at the on the treadmill at like 10 miles an hour. That's pretty fast. I've ran that fast on a treadmill, but it's pretty fast to like maintain that, for like a normal person. Obviously, like if you're a professional, it's one of those super skilled people that are at the top of the top of the top, they're running 20, 30 miles an hour for a couple seconds, 10 or 20, but for us normal folk down here, 10 miles an hour is kind of fast. But let's say, you're trying to put in a little bit more effort, it could go both ways. You could try to bump it up to 10.5. That's putting in a little bit more effort, because you're going to have to work that much harder to keep up and not die falling off the treadmill. Or, how you normally do like a super long warm up or whatever your situation is. Maybe you just jump on the treadmill and go 10 miles an hour. Like you just hop straight into it. You just go straight to the deep end, So when I think about like what does hard work and effort look like, I think about, what you're doing on a daily basis, what you're saying on a daily basis. When do you show up for your job, or when do you show up for your hobby? When do you leave? When do you clock out? Like, what are you doing while you're there? Is it super hard focused work where you're just only doing the thing? Or is it like, okay, I work for 30 minutes, I look at my phone for 10 minutes. I work for an hour, then I look at my phone for half an hour. Like, it doesn't matter what it is, you just need to find a system that works for you, because essentially it's just getting stuff done, okay? The next point I want to talk about how is consistency is key. As I was talking about in the time capsule earlier, about my food intake, how I'm consistently going to the gym, whether it's 2 days a week or I'm hitting the gym every 7 days of the week. I'm consistently going to the gym. That is, I don't even have to put it on my schedule. It's a non-negotiable. That's how you have to go about consistency, okay? I'm gonna go do something physical to burn these calories. My thing is, now I have to become consistent with eating less or just eating a good amount that my body needs to, safely, enter a caloric deficit so I can lose some weight again. But yeah, consistency done right will achieve literally anything, okay? Like I was saying, if you're a painter, do you think Basquiat or Picasso were good on day one? Maybe. But you probably are only saying that based off of their name towards the end of their life, Maybe their first painting looked like your handwriting, just straight up chicken scratch, and can't no one see that? Can't no one interpret that? But, after they've, did that first painting, guess what they did? They did a second one. And they were consistent about it. They kept doing it. They kept refining the craft. They kept trying to express themselves in the world around them, to the point where they were revered as these prominent figures, in, art like that contributed to society and such. So I think that consistency, it's one of the biggest things in this world. And if done right, as I'm saying here, like consistency done right every day, you will win, okay? It may take 50 years, okay? It may take 60, 70, maybe. Colonel Sanders, the guy who started KFC, he didn't figure that out till he was 80 something, okay? But he was consistent. He knew that this fried chicken, he was on to something. But he just had to, figure out how to market it right and, get in the right locations, find the right opportunities, so on and so forth. And because of that, he was able to see success before his death a few years later. That's crazy. But yeah, last thing I want to talk about in the main topic is remember, at the end of the day, when you're thinking about, okay, like, do I have to work harder and put more effort than the people around me? No, you don't actually, because your competition in life, your number one arch nemesis, we'll say, like the person who you need to look in the mirror and be like, I'm gonna take you down today, it's yourself, okay? If you outwork yourself and put more effort in than you did yesterday versus your yesterday's self, every single day of your life, you will succeed. Mostly because your only competition in life is yourself. But point number 2, objectively speaking, are we competing with the other humans around us for the resources and that we see on a daily basis? Yes. But not every human you see is outworking themselves on a daily basis. Some people achieve some success and then they ride that high for a few years until they fall off and can't get it back. But if you keep grinding even after you see some success to get to the next plane or that next dollar amount or that next whatever your thing is, you will win at life. That is a fact. That is a guarantee, because eventually other people literally quit. Other people literally die. Other people give up. Okay. But if you never quit, okay, if you never stop working hard, if you never stop putting effort in, you will reach to the top. So with all that being said, let's get personal.
Let's get personal.
We're making good time on today's episode. I'm not going to lie. We're like 16 minutes in. I'm going to drink some water real quick, and I'll be right back in like 10 seconds.
Damn fakes you cooking up.
Oh, Lord, that water good, boy. But yeah, as you know here, if you're watching this for the first time, and you're like, why didn't he cut that out? Anything you say can and will be used in the final edit. So, yeah. Enjoy. Let's get personal though. So for those that don't know, the let's get personal section is what informed me of this episode's topic. And like I was saying earlier, I was mentioning Marshall Faulk, okay, the NFL Golden Jacket Hall of Famer that is now the running back coach at Colorado for the Buffaloes in primetime, Deion Sanders. Okay, I want to play the clip though. That inspired me to say this. So put it somewhere, Darshaun. Woo!
What we want from you, it requires no talent. Effort requires no talent. Hustle requires no talent. You don't have to be the fastest. You don't have to be the strongest. You don't have to be the smartest to give effort. It requires no talent. If you give effort, watch what it brings to you. Thank you.
All right, now that we're back. Yeah, that was inspirational. That was motivational. That was, some gas for you. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is, I just, on social media, you could really curate your experience. Like, don't get it twisted. It's going to recommend you some stuff to try and keep you on there longer. And because I'm a young, impressionable man, I'm 23, almost 24. Every now and then, my For You page is just full of like very, very almost naked women just twerking or somewhere on a beach or something, trying to promote some drink or energy or bar or whatever. And it's just like, this is why I just get off social media, bro, because I'm trying to not objectify women. But if I am on social media and I'm not actually seeing, all this degeneracy going on out here, I curated my experience to see multimillionaires and billionaires and their successes and all of these people who work hard on a daily basis and more importantly are trying to help me get there too. What's the point of being at the top if you ain't got no one to share it with? Okay. And these people like Deion Sanders or Alex Hermosi or even my brother Naeem Smith, Oprah Winfrey, Serena Williams, Corday, the rapper, singer, songwriter himself, all of these people. If you haven't seen Corday's TED Talk, you got to go watch that. I'll link that in the description. It's a banger. I ain't gonna hold you. But all of these people and more, like whenever I sign on to social media or I go on YouTube or I go on Instagram or something like that, like I'm seeing what they post about. I'm seeing like how they got through their tough situations. They're not giving me a step-by-step. They're just, saying like, hey, like this is normal. Like you struggling for me and like my business, for example, like I'm in the like I need to market my business more. Okay, I do a good service. I do enough that I know enough that I could actually get out here and do something. Now I just need to make people know who I am and what I could do for them. And especially like Alex Hermosi and them. Oh, they're the king at like, hey, like if things ain't going right, that's normal. Okay, like if it was easy, everyone would do it. If it was easy, you wouldn't get fairly compensated, as I would say. Unfairly compensated is what non-entrepreneur people would say. But it's a risky business, and just seeing people that have figured it out and worked hard and put effort in, even when they had no skills, they just knew they needed to keep pounding their head on the wall until something worked. Like be like that's normal. Like some people have it a little easier, some people have it a lot worse, okay? But as long as you keep showing up and keep getting after it, you're gonna see the success. So I just see stuff like that on a daily basis, and it just made me want to talk about that. So that's also what informed me. I had one more thing that put me on game this week, which is want to live. What did I write here? Like, want to win at life. I look at people who do it and then adapt. Yeah, I pretty much already just said that one. So yeah, that's all I got. Wisdom from your OG. Oh Lord, I dropped my tablet. Let's go.
Wisdom from your OG.
I'm telling you, man, these lights and all that, like I look cool, but like they hot, okay? Last week I didn't do wisdom from an OG because I low-key forgot. But, if I'm just being honest, like I low-key forgot. But I did remember this week, and we're going to do it. So, like I said, going forward, I want to provide some clips or whatever, not just for me because, I'm 23, okay? I'm not like a true OG. I've been through some things, so don't get it twisted. I know something. But, there's more wisdom out here than just what I can provide. And that clip I played from Marshall Faulk earlier is something I wanted to submit into that. I just played it earlier for you. But, yeah, I did write some things here that I wanted to say. Like, y'all, it's 2025. Like, we lit, we up, we us. Excuse me, that was crazy. Keep stacking days, y'all. Like, life is always all over the place. Life is interesting. Life is what it is, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a great day to have a great day. Keep showing up. Be grateful you're alive and you got air in your lungs because you got another opportunity to get out here and make it happen. That being said, even now, every now and then, rather, care a little less about life. Now, what do I mean by that? I don't mean anything by that. That's what Kevin Gates said in his interview with Bobby Altoff the other day. And it's like, make fun of yourself a little bit more. And how I interpreted what he was saying, like, obviously don't be out here just, being too reckless, trying to get yourself killed or whatever. But, like, allow yourself the time of day to take a path less traveled. Imagine if you just weren't always super critical of yourself, or you just allowed yourself to truly experience the beauty of life. Take a moment to smell the flowers, pick a fruit off your tree you're growing, okay? Don't eat all the fruit yet. You ain't achieved the goals yet. You haven't got to the highest of the highest yet, probably. But the reason you work so hard, and this is back to something I wanted to say, like, the reason you work so hard in life is to, smell the roses, eat the fruit, stuff like that, metaphorically speaking and literally. And, I was asking myself the other day, like, when do you, because people say that all the time, like, people who have achieved success, people say that all the time, but it's like, when do you actually, like, take a moment to do what I just said? And for me, I've decided that, hey, I may be 23 and I know I got a lot more work to do because I haven't really achieved much in life yet. I've done some things, don't get it twisted, but I haven't achieved, like, the highest of the highs yet. And that being said, it's like, I'm still gonna take a moment to enjoy this fruits of my labor and such, because that's the whole reason we work so hard for things in life, is to enjoy some nice things. So with all that being said, let's talk about next week's topic. I'm gonna be talking about the beauty of contrast, okay? And the little side, like, sentence I wrote here will say is, like, do you want rain? Well, you need to prepare for the mud too. We're going to be talking about that in next week's episode. It's going to be a very interesting one, and I want to provide a few different angles that I haven't fully figured out yet, but obviously if you tune back in next week, I will be sure to put you on game, gang. So yeah, for the outro here, I just wanted to say a few points. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you. Your time is a limited resource that you don't know how much you have, and you don't know when your time will be up. So I appreciate you, sharing this experience with me. And letting it be known that you are associating with a God, the positivity God, and you just want to be great in this world and achieve success. So that's pretty cool. This has been a Darshaun Smith production. If you didn't know, I do this for other people as well, mostly photography, but I do some video and some graphic design work as well. And I love and appreciate you. There will never be another you, so just please keep showing up as yourself, keep working hard, keep grinding hard, keep just doing whatever you got to do to see another day out here, because it's a cold world out here. But I just want to let you know it is still possible to succeed. You're not too late. You're not even early. You're right on time. Like, if you're seeing this, like there's never been a better time to be alive. And the last thing I wanted to say outside of that was until we meet again, just keep on getting after it. This has been your host, Darshaun Smith, episode 169 of the Positivity Hour, also known as the Positivity God. And we out, we gone. We'll see you around. Fade to black, as Zach Justice would say, because I'd be so far away from the camera these days, you know what I'm saying? I can't just put my hand over it. So, yeah, fade to black. And maybe next week we'll actually go outside. It's starting to warm up again. So, I'll see you when I see you. Deuces. Woo!
I'm in my G'd up zone. I'm about to get it in, kick your feet up, home. Days turn to weeks when you're always on the grind all night. I got my re-up back. I'm about to get it in, I'll be right back.
Nate, high lows to those who don't know the name. And G'd up, yup, that's the only thing I claim.